Hello, good morning, and welcome to this beautiful day and this beautiful program. My name is Gugu Eyala, and you're watching Don't Train here live on Rstv. Yes, today is World Down Syndrome Day, and we have them in our homes, we have them in our communities and all that. And then the children present with some challenges, physical and psychomotor and all sorts of challenges. And then our community. In our communities, sometimes they think the children are possessed. Sometimes they think that they are coming from the gods, and then they don't always get the kind of love and care that they deserve because they are just abandoned, because they are different from other children. They need help. They can't do certain things for themselves. They can't walk because of the physical challenge they have, or if they have to walk, they walk with great effort and with great difficulties. Sometimes the parents that have them don't have the patience and everything, especially for young parents, they don't really have the patience and the experience to take care of these children. So today is World Down Syndrome Day, and we're taking a look at these children. And luckily, the theme this year is we call for people around the world to end the stereotype. These children are not possessed, they are not devilish, they are not products of the devil. The devil doesn't create human beings, and it's just a medical condition, and you can help. I have here with me two beautiful women. They're going to talk about the Down syndrome. They're going to make us understand one step further, better than what we know about the Down syndrome. So if you can be part of the program, remember to call the number that you see on your screen as the program goes on, so that they can also take your questions or your concerns if you have any, and probably give you also some directions if you need to go somewhere for to consult and who to consult and all that. I have here with me, cameraman, please show these women. Let me introduce them to the world. Yes, I have here with me Mrs. Esther Wisdom Akpan, and then I also have Juliet Nwafo. Esther Akpan is a communication therapist, and Juliet Nwafo, I don't need to introduce her, she's a sign language interpreter, with children with auditory impediments. So, ladies, you're welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, sir.
All right. So, I'm lucky today because I have Juliet. She'll be telling the world what we are talking about here, so that everybody can understand. Someday I'll learn this communication method, sign language, so that when I don't want people to understand what I'm saying, I can use my sign language. Okay. Before we go far, a lot of people want to know what exactly is Down syndrome, and how is it different from autism and other kinds of how should I say, mental challenges or physical challenges that children have. What is Down syndrome?
Okay. Now, Down syndrome is a genetic condition that has an extra chromosome in the 21st chromosome, which is known as the trisomy syndrome. It's commonly with children with Down syndrome. And this extra chromosome has some defects. It affects these children. And some of this defect is the central nervous system. The central nervous system that has to do with the child's IQ, 50% IQ. We also have the facial defect. Now this facial defect has to do, you see the child with protruded tongue. You see them with tongue, and their tongue is sticking out all the time. You see them with tiny ears. Their ears are so tiny. And then they also have this delayed frontal closure. When babies are born, there's this part of their hair that is so soft. Theirs takes time to come together. So that's what sometimes.
So how long will it take a parent to know that the child has this challenge?
Now, by the time the child, okay, most times when you're pregnant, in advance war, during your pregnancy period, to detect it. It's very easy for them to detect it and tell you about it. It's left for you if you want to bring this child to the world or you want to get rid of it. But in Nigeria, by the time the child is born, I don't think we have such in Nigeria, but by the time the child is born, you will see it, that it's automatic, because the facial defect is already there. It's different. The child's face is different from yours. The body, the formation of the body, all of it is different. And some of them even go as far as having this extra. If you check their toes, your toe and mine are the same. But with the Down syndrome, they have this difference between the big toe and the small toe, a big rough gap there. So.
Okay, so what causes the Down syndrome? What is the cause, apart from the extra chromosome, you know? What, is there any, in our community sometimes we say, these people are cursed, you know, or the parent must have committed some serious, you know, offense. They've offended the gods, or they refuse to give the sacrifice they're supposed to give the last young, you know, farming season and all that. So, you know, what could be, from your experience or from what you know, what, you know, apart from the extra chromosome, are there any other causes that you know?
Okay, let me come in. So one of the things that can make a child to be born with Down syndrome, it's genetic. Yes. So it's a function of the mother's egg and a function of the healthiness of the father's sperm too. This can also contribute to this sickness. Then when my colleague talked about the chromosome, now